Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Texans have signed Damon Arnette to a contract. Damon Arnette, who last played in the NFL in 2021, playing 2 seasons for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2021, played 4 games in 2021, 2020, played 9 games, and then was in some legal trouble and some drug issues that has kept him out of the league for a while, but now he's finally trying to make an NFL comeback. Funny enough, this is someone who was playing for the Houston XFL team, the Houston Roughnecks. And he did pretty well for the Roughnecks, which led to this contract. He had an interception and almost 20 tackles with the Roughnecks this season, and got enough eyes to the point where the Texans were looking at him and decided to bring him in. And so, the Texans are bringing in the cornerback who's 28 years old and from Dallas, Texas. He played 9 games, 7 starts with the Raiders in 2020 with 2 passes defense. In 2021, he played 4 games. He was a first-round pick for the Raiders in the 2020 NFL Draft, selected 19th overall. So the Texans recently just had Ronald Darby retire, and I honestly, I feel like this definitely worked in Arnette's favor. Ronald Darby, 31-year-old cornerback, who is a longtime veteran, Super Bowl champion. He's been in the NFL for 10 seasons. The Texans picked him up from Jacksonville. He had started in 12 games of 13, played for Jacksonville this year, had a pretty solid year, but a big background that Ronald Darby has, and he retired. I don't think this was a huge loss to the Texans because they have a lot of depth at cornerback, but you definitely wanted to add in someone. I'm not going to say that Damon Arnette is never signed by the Houston Texans if Ronald Darby doesn't retire, but I can't help but think that Ronald Darby's retiring might have been a way for Damon Arnette to potentially get back into the NFL. And if he can potentially make this 53-man roster for the Texans, which it's going to be a long shot, but here's what I would say about him making the 53-man roster. After what happened last year with British Brooks, I'm never going to count someone out. Never. I mean, last year I counted out British Brooks at the running back position because I felt like there was a lot of depth in the running back position. And I was right. There was a lot of depth in the running back position. And, there were some injuries here and there. And just there were a couple guys that got cut that I didn't really expect to happen. And British Brooks played really well. And I got a lot of heat for saying on this channel, that British Brooks would not make the 53-man roster. When he did, I had a lot of people telling me I was wrong, and that's fine because I was. So I'm not going to say someone will not make the 50. I've learned from that. I'm never going to say someone cannot make the 53-man roster. What I will say is it's going to be very hard, and it might be more likely no than yes. And that's nothing against Arnette. It just has to do with how good this Texans defense is in the secondary and how much depth they have, but I'm never going to count him out, and he's definitely got a shot. He wasn't a first round pick. He wasn't a top 20 pick for no reason. And he didn't come back from all this for no reason. So I'm excited to see what happens. I think it will certainly be interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the Houston Texans signing in the comment section, and peace out. Go Texans.